15 to 3 movements. Be careful what you use these for because they are deadly. A lot of these things can break bones, tear out sockets, tear limbs from sockets, puncture eyeballs, you name it. Use discretion. Orange belt, Tae Kenpo. Square horse stance. Fists, palms up on your belt. Feet are square. Straight across from each other. Side view. Okay. Your knees are bent. Feet are straight ahead. Square horse stance. Right foot back horse stance. Basically, you're doing a square horse stance to the side. Let me explain some distances here first, okay? Square horse stance is a basic self-defense stance. It's not a formal stance you use in a fight. It's just a formal stance, okay? It's the base of what you build everything else on. So from the square horse stance, we go to our fighting stances, right and left foot back. Right foot back is a square horse stance to your right, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to get a square horse stance to your right. You're always going to look at your opponent. You take your rear foot. You're going to put it so you can do it. If you drew a line, from your opponent through your front foot to your back foot, it'd go right through the middle. So it'd be opponent, front foot, middle of the back foot. You can see my knee in this camera angle. Okay? If they were lined up, you wouldn't be able to see my knee. It'd be wrong. Some people have a tendency to do this. They take your foot and put it behind you. Okay? That's wrong. Just remember, your front, inside, outside, up, down, back. My back over here. Or my rear. Okay? Your rear foot and your front foot don't line straight up. Your front foot is in the middle of your rear foot. Your rear foot is towards your inside. Your inside, outside. Okay? Your hands are in the hand guard position. By the way, on the right foot back, your front foot could be turned at least, or not more than 45-degree angles this way. Okay? You do this, you get a tendency, this is an L stance, this is wrong. Not wrong, but it's different. If you do this on a normal stance, somebody can catch your knee, your leg has no place to go. If you have your foot sideways, like this, somebody catches your knee, you can go around to the side. Okay? Right foot back horse stance. Your hand guard goes in 2 different spots on X, Y, Z axis on the front hand and 1 position on your rear hand. We'll start with the front hand. Okay. Your front hand, start sideways. Make a fist. Everyone knows how to make a fist. I'll just point it anyway. Okay. Make a fist, open your hand, curl your hand, curl your knuckles. You might want to clip your nails if they're too long. Bring it down, wrap your thumb around. Okay. You don't want to see thumb over the top of your knuckles. You never want to do this. Never, never, never. Okay. That's a fist. Take your fist, your right foot back horse stance. You're looking at your opponent. Your fist is this far from your nose. Okay. It's as high as your lips. And it's in between your shoulder and your nose. So here's my nose, here's my shoulder. It's got to be in between those two. High as your lips. This is also called the neutral position. Your rear hand is a fist away from your solar plexus. Solar plexus, here's your ribs, here's your solar plexus, here's your chest muscle. Solar plexus is also called a floating rib. Usually you can find them 2 hand widths away from your nose. Okay? You take a fist away from your solar plexus. Fist away. Rear hand position. Right foot back. Right foot back horse stance. Okay, left foot back horse stance, just the opposite. You're in a square horse stance to your left, from your left horse stance. You line your feet up so your front foot toes along with the middle of your back foot. Your front foot can be at a 45-degree angle this way, okay, towards your front. Remember, rear, front, up, down. Now this time your inside and your outside has changed. This is my inside. This is my outside. All I have to remember is back. Your back is your outside. Your stomach and your chest is your inside. Still the front. Your front is always where your opponent is. My opponent's over here, I'm still in the left foot back horse stance. If my opponent's over here, I do this, now I'm in a right foot back horse stance. Left foot back, right foot back. That's what I did right there is called a directional, but don't worry about this. Don't worry about that this belt. Okay, left foot back horse stance. My toes line up. My foot can be at 45. Hand position, same thing. Hands width away, eyes on the lips, in between my nose and my shoulders. Okay, see that? Rear hand, fist away from my solar plexus. Again, your solar plexus are about this far from your nose. These stances are interchangeable, which means you can do all your kicks and all your punches on both sides. If you have a weak side, practice that side first. A lot of people tend to favor one side or the other. This can make you an unequal martial artist. Hand guard, explain that. Tracking A. Tracking A. This is number 5. Tracking A. If your opponent is moving around you, remember I said your opponent is always the front? You have to move too, because if my opponent's here, he moves to here, he's on my inside. That's not good. I always want to keep this sideways stance towards my opponent. The basic premise of karate is sideways stance is better. 2 reasons. First, balance. I have good front and forward balance, okay? If I'm standing this way in a square horse stance, somebody pushes me like this, I have no balance, I fall over. If I stand in a natural stance, or in a side stance, or in a right foot back or left foot back horse stance, I have a lot better balance, okay? I have weight distribution on my legs. I can move quicker, any way I want to. At any time, if my opponent comes to me, I can always move out of the way. Okay? Second reason, I'm a thinner target. Not that I'm fat, but if I'm in a square horse stance, I have this much space that he can hit me with. Okay? I have my groin open, I have my torso open, I have my throat, my head regions open. Okay? Sides, everything. These are my most vital areas on my body. If I keep these perpendicular to my opponent, he'll hit me there. I want to turn those away, also decreasing my area or target. So, I'm standing sideways, or in a stance, fighting stance to my opponent, I have now this much room in which to be hit. I also have my hand guard to block. I have my legs in the way. My groin is now protected by the natural position of my legs. My ribs protected, my face is protected, my inside is protected, and my groin is protected. All these areas are vital, protected. So, tracking A rotates your body to find your opponent. A lot of times you're not going to have a lot of space to run around in a fight, so you want to keep it tight. That's why we have tracking A. Tracking A is a pivoting. Okay? When you pivot, you stay in one spot and you spin around that spot on either leg. Okay? Tracking A can be either front or rear leg. So I'll do tracking A. Imagine an imaginary opponent walking around me, looking for an opening. I am in my stance, left foot back. I have the proper hand position. Okay? My opponent's walking. I'm tracking. I'm tracking. Let's go another way. You know, with your leg. Okay? A lot of times you're going to find your balance on your front leg. Sometimes your front leg can get kicked out. That's why you want to move your back leg. You don't want to move more than a body width out of the stance. Okay? If you do, that's tracking B, and that's for a different reason. Tracking A, you're in a tight area. You got to keep it close. Fast. Tracking A is far more the quicker pivoting action. A lot easier to recover your targeting on your opponent from tracking A. Okay? Tracking B, you have a lot more room to work with. You want to make sure you keep your distance from your opponent. You don't want him or her to get an opening that you can't afford to lose. Okay? Tracking B, you're walking in a circle pretty much around your opponent. keeping your eyes on your opponent at all times. Okay? Try not to walk backwards. Walking backwards, you can lose your balance. You don't know where you're going. Always keeping your eyes on your opponent. Little tip here, number one rule of karate, never turn your back. Never ever turn your back. That's tracking B, you're in a circle. Okay? You're walking around, moving fast. If you want to switch sides, walk the other one. Try not to walk backwards. Okay? Move in and out. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? But you're moving around. Tracking A in a circle, tracking B, moving around. Usually your opponent's moving with you. It's also called revolving track. The distances. The distances. We have three distances in karate. From this stance, you have in close, kicking distance, out of range. In close distance. From your stance. In close distance is anywhere from the inside of my knuckle to my nose. In close. My opponent is within very close striking distance, usually upper body, punches. Okay? From the inside of my knuckle. Now, keep in mind here, when I'm hitting a target, I'm not going to hit to the target, I'm going to hit through the target. If I hit to my hand, and that's as far as I can punch, that's where my target is out of range, or in the next distance. Out of range, punching distance, or in close, okay? So, in close distance for me would not be here, because my target is unable to be hit by my punch. In close would be about here, or an inch off your knuckle. That's in close, because this way I can hit my hand. If it's right here, I can only hit to it. In close. From about your knuckles in. This is a personal thing. It's not the same for everybody. Well, the distances are the same names, but the distances for different lengths of arms and legs are going to be different. Kicking distance. Kicking distance is from, again, the end of my leg or the end of my foot to the end of my knuckles. Okay? Right about there. This is kicking distance. Keep in mind though, your kicking distance is augmented by your hips, your jumping ability, and your sliding ability. Anything you can cover distance in one movement is your kicking distance. For instance, if I was going to do a flying kick and an opponent over there, okay, my distance is to here. This is my kicking distance. If I was going to kick my distance with one leg, that's my kicking distance, right about here. There's about a 3-foot distance there. Keep in mind that your opponent can cover the distance to you, to your in close, one movement, a lot of times. So, keep that in mind when you're fighting, okay? Maybe you want to adjust the tracking you're doing. If you're doing tracking A, and he's about a good 5 feet away from you, you think, oh, okay, he can't hit me from there. Well, what if he does a flying kick? You just lost 3 feet. He's on your face. Kicking distance. Out of range. Out of range is anything outside of your kicking distance. Again, let me reiterate, kicking distance is the absolute extreme distance from your foot. Okay? The end of my foot, or the end, I'm talking the very end of my jumping distance is the out of range area. There, out. That's out of range. So we have in close, kicking distance, and out of range. The inside block. The inside block is one of your first basic upper body hand guard blocks. It covers the inside of your face, top of your head. Okay? Basically, we're looking from here over. We're not looking up here. Okay? From about here over. Right about there. Also, kicks to the ribs. Inside block. 3 steps. I'll demonstrate first, then I'll break it down in steps. Inside block. Okay? First thing you do, raise your knuckle up, hand above your head. You're going to turn your wrist. You're going to block with this hard part of your forearm here. This is the bone. This is the meat. If you block with the bone, it's going to hurt, but not as much as if you block with the meat. Block with the bone. You're going to cross your face. That's number 2. Covering your head in the whole time. If I do this, it's not going to see my face. Because you can come over top of it. The block 1, 2, back to here, back to my stance. This is the neutral position, as you can call it for these blocks. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay? inside block. Quickly, covering the whole area of the body. Same goes for the other side. 1, 2, 3. Making sure you turn your wrist at number 1. Turn your back again at number 3. Inside block. Often you find this for a roundhouse or a John Wayne punch, I like to call them, to the head. Sometimes corkscrew punches you can block these with pretty effectively. You gotta be quick though. Outside block. The outside block can be used to block the outer part of your body, upper body mostly. You're not gonna block down here with an outside block. Okay? Outside block. You're gonna come up, I'll demonstrate, and I'll do the steps. Okay, outside block. Number 1. You're gonna come up to the inside of your head. Fist parallel or above your head. That's number 1. Number 2, you're going to turn your wrist palm out. Again, the same bone as the inside block, now blocks with the outside block. You're going to drag it across your face, stop about a fist and a half away from your head. You don't want to be way out here because then you're taking too long to get back to your neutral position again. About here. That's number 2. Number 3, bring it down, back to neutral position. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Quickly. These blocks may save your face someday. Use them with pride. The upward block. The upward block is often used for attacks with clubs, staffs, knives, anything that can be swung or thrown at you from overhead like this. This block can be used to block a lot of power if done correctly. For instance, somebody's coming up with a bat and they really swing it at you, they will break your arm if you block incorrectly. Case in point. I'll do the demonstration, I'll do the steps, and I'll explain what I mean. Upward block. Okay? A lot of those steps in there get slurred when you do it fast. Let me demonstrate. Upward block, number 1. You're going to put the arm, again with that same outer bone, above your head. This block does you no good if it's here or here. Why? You can see my head, can't you? Well, soak in the bat. Soak in the bat that's going to hit you. Cover your whole head. Elbow to wrist, and covering your whole head. Number 2, extend it. Okay? This has one purpose. If you block like this, you may block your head, but they're also going to break your arm or cut it off. If you block like this, you have a deflecting motion in hand. It will redirect the motion of the object or the arm coming towards you away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Upward block. Let me explain again. The redirection of motion will save your arm. If you don't redirect it, it's going to break your arm. It's going to come down. It's probably going to go right into your head anyway. Okay? If I block like this, taking a lot of strain there. It's just straight up like this. Always better to redirect than to take full on. Upward block. Downward block. The downward block. The downward block is for kicks or low punches from the solar plexus to the knees. And this is your range for downward block. Usually they're coming to the inside. You don't want to block to the outside. You're leaving your inside exposed. Okay, downward block. I'll demonstrate in the 2 steps. Different styles preach different things. This style, we stop at the knee. Okay? Someone's going to take the time to block your knee or kick to your knee. They're not going to come to the inside. They'll come to the outside if they want to take you down. They'll come right here if they want to break it. If my legs turn this way and they come like this to break my knee, they're going to get caught up here. Okay? I'll use your block this way because they have to come all the way around. They're going to come straight in to the back. Stop at the knee. Usually when they come up for this block is for groin protection. Okay? So in steps, 1, come across to your fist. See this? 2, block to the knee, 3, you're back. Notice I hunch over a little bit, and I bring my hand up a little bit. Well, when you drop your front hand guard, you're leaving a lot open. Okay, all this. You might want to bring the rear hand up. I'm not saying you have to stick it in front of your face, just bring it up. Be aware of the upper combinations. So, 1, 2, 3. Downward block. Rear leg snap kick. Rear leg snap. This is your first defensive kick. Contains toes curl, toes flat. You can kick to the groin, to the stomach, to the head. The kick can be used in multiples. Kick can be used defensively. Can be offensively, flying, jumping. Anything you can think of to do with this kick, this is it. This is the basic kick. Rear leg snap kick. In steps, I'll explain it. First, I'll do it. Okay, rear leg snap kick. Step number 1. From your stance, you're going to do what's called a directional step. A directional step involves take your front foot, point it at your target. When you do this, you're going to take your heel, leave it on the floor. It's not a pivot. This is a pivot. This is a directional step. You're stepping towards your target. Your foot should be straight at your target. Not 45, not 190, straight. Number 2, bring your leg up. Depending on the kick you want to use, you adjust your foot accordingly at this step, not when you get there. Number 2, this is called a chamber. A chamber, often called the chair, the H, the C, whatever you want to call it. The chamber is what's called in this style. This is the most important part of the kick. I don't care if you're kicking to the guy's foot. You have to get this chamber up here. Why? Well, I'll show you. No chamber. No power. No speed, no accuracy, no control. With chamber. Faster with chamber. Any height, any speed, any distance, I don't care. You don't have a chamber, you don't have a kick. You're doing leg raises. 1, directional step. 2, chamber. At the same time you chamber for number 2, bring your hands up like this. Come to your midsection, right here. If you leave your hand over your solar plexus, what did I just do? Well, first off, this hand's way over here doing nothing good. You're going to run to protect yourself. This hand's doing nothing except leaving this open. Bring yourself to protect yourself. Cover your face. Okay? When you do this kick, make sure you get this chamber up and point it at your target. It won't do you any good to chamber like this for the snap kick. Why? Because your chamber's here. Your target's here. If I kick over here, if I chamber here, I'm going to kick over there. So, number 3, kick to target off your chamber. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay? Hit your target. Whatever kick you want to use, you have to adjust your foot. For instance, here's the groin. If I want to kick flat-footed. Toes pointed. I'm going to hit with the instep of my foot. If I want to hit to the chin, to the face, or do a pushing kick, I'm going to kick with my toes back. Flat surface kick. Okay? If I want to hit to the chin above, I'm going to hit with my heel. That's number 3. Number 4 is the recoil. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is important. Most people think, well, hey, can I just put it down? Well, what if the guy comes up and hits you while your foot is down? You have to bring your foot up again into the number chamber. Leave the chamber. You can always do another kick. More strategically placed. 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Hands are in your chamber. Good stance. Good balance. Good chamber. Good chamber. Foot position is correct. Your targeting is on. You did the kick. You brought it back. Number 5. Set back down into the stance you started from. 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rear leg snap kick. On the 2, 3, 4, 5. Rear leg snap. That was number 11. Number 12 is the front leg snap. The rear leg snap kick is offensive because you're gaining distance past your hips. If I move from here out, I'm offending. I'm doing an offensive movement. If I stay here or move back, I'm retreating or doing a defensive movement. Defensive. Front leg snap kick. Number 1. Chamber. You skip 1 and 2 in the front leg snap kick. Okay? Chamber. Same time, you're going to take your foot, twist it at a 45-degree angle away from your target or on target. Depends on your balance, depends on the mood you're in, depends what kind of kick you want to do. Okay? Front leg snap kick does not require a front directional step with your supporting leg towards your target. Okay? Which means you don't have to have it exactly straight forward to do this kick. In fact, you might even have to leave it there if you're doing speed kicks. It didn't move, I didn't have time to move it, and put it back again. Okay? A lot of times, you save time by doing it this far instead of all the way. Extra movements cause extra time, which time you don't have. Front leg snap kick. Defensive kick, move number 1, chamber. Number 2, extend. 3, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defensive, moving from your waistline towards your rear. Front leg snap kick. Towards your rear. That's number 12. Number 13, the back fist. The back fist is an offensive punch. Often used as a stunning technique only. Doesn't have a lot of power if you don't do it with... Let me explain this a little better. Okay, here's your opponent. Alright? Right here. You want to hit him, but you don't want to kill him. You don't want to knock him off his feet, you want to stun him for something else. A back fist is perfect for this technique because you use the back of your fist. You have a wide target area. Lots of rooms to make no mistakes. Okay? It's like hitting with your whole arm instead of one point. You lose focus power, but you gain insurance. First thing, point your elbow at your target. Directly at your target, not here, straight at your target. Your wrist is flat. Okay? See that or not? Flat. Number 2, extend. Extend your target. Here's his nose. There's his nose. There's his nose. 3, recoil. 4, bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you do it, it doesn't look that choppy. On the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of times, if you hyperextend your arm to his nose, remember I was telling you about you can't hit to the target, you have to hit beyond. If you hyperextend your arm to the target, you're going to stop. Right there. Your arm's going to bow unnaturally, okay? And you'll be stuck out there. Well, not stuck, but for a second longer it takes to get your arm back. Oftentimes, a 3/4 extension will gain you speed, snap, recoil, and power. Speed, snap, recoil, and power. As per a full extension, okay? A bit exaggerated, but still. See the difference? The only difference is you have to make is in your targeting. When you extend it straight out. It's different from the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you extend it, see how my arm comes back a little bit? Watch this elbow. That's in the steps. Straight, okay? Straight. Back fist, front hand. Stunning technique, offensive. Speed is of the essence in that. Number 14. Inside elbow. Inside elbow. This is an in-close offensive technique. The person is within your punching range or in close distance. Okay? Front hand only. Front hand only. 1. Cock your elbow up past your target. Here's my target. Cock your elbow up past. Palm down. Again, the same bone you use to block all your movements with is the one you're going to strike with. 2, bring it across. Don't, and I repeat, don't strike with this bone here. You're raking with this to this, in this area. You're giving yourself a wide latitude for error. Okay? It looks like you're striking with your elbow, but the person shouldn't be this far away. They should be this close. Here. It should be here, not here. If you're here, do a rich angle. Do an inverse back fist. Do a back fist. Do a punch. Don't do this. Inside elbow is for in tight, close distances. Very close. It's very quick. That's why we use it for in close. 1, 2, 3. Inside elbow. Okay? On the right, on the left side. Inside elbow. 1, 2, 3. Outside elbow, number 15. Outside elbow. The outside elbow is for a person more towards your outside. Okay? The inside elbow is for a person either straight ahead of you towards your inside. Outside elbow is for a person from here to here. They can be right next to you. They can be anywhere in this range. Outside elbow. 1. Cock it up. Your upper arm is pointed straight ahead. 2. Move back, strike. 3. Get up. Okay, and this one is striking from here to here. Again, not with the elbow. This is an in close, tight technique from here to here. Outside elbow. Upward elbow. Rear hand strike. Upward and downward elbows are rear hand strikes. Inside and outside elbows are front hand strikes. Upward elbow. Okay? In steps. 1. Bow step. A bow step. Simply, your front foot stays static. Doesn't move. Your rear foot pivots towards your front foot. This stance is going to cause strain right in the back of your ankle here and on the back of your calf. It's going to put pressure for you to move back to here. It gives you tremendous amounts of recoil. Okay? You feel the strain. Stop even with your leg. It's a bow step. Number 1. Okay, let me explain that again. Number 1, pivot on the back. Remember, pivots on the balls, directional step on the heels. Pivot, bring your front arm to block. Bring your rear hand to your ribs. Okay? Fist vertical. Okay? Palm towards your inside. So number 1. Step number 2. Bring your elbow through your target. Okay? Number 3. Back down to whatever stance you start from. Upward elbow. Bow, pivot, back your arms, and across. 2. Strike. 3. back down. Upward elbow for the chin. Downward elbow. Downward elbow. Rear hand strike. 1. Bow step. 2. My gi's catching up, that's why I'm doing this. Okay. 2. You bring your back of your fist to your ear. Bring your wrist across, and your arm across your body. 1, 2, 3. Across your body. You're making a little line across your body. You go down, you lose power, and you get off balance. Watch these bow steps. You can lose your balance, release you to the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your hand across on number 3. Blocking your face. Your ribs are covered over here and over here. Watch this back here. Watch your groin. Make sure you keep these covered. Do this quickly. This is for the nose in tight. That was number 17. Number 18, the corkscrew punch. The corkscrew punch is your most powerful punch straight on. Straight on. This punch can be used for any level of the body, head, torso, or groin. It can be used any trajectory, left, right or left, inner outer ribs, okay, the thighs, outside of the jaws, the back. You have to have a straight on target though. Number 1. Bow step. Bring your wrist across. 2. Extend your wrist in a corkscrew motion, extending with full reach, shoulders straight across. Straight across. You're in your bow step. 3. And you're back. Corkscrew motion, quickly. For a better view, 1, twist, extend, you're back. The corkscrew motion itself should not fall out of this area right here. Okay? You do this, you're losing power to the sides. You do this, you're losing power to the front hand sides. Okay? Straight out, twist, and back. If I was going to count from 1 is the total rib chamber, 10 is the full extension, 5, look like this, 10, look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or from here. Okay? Done quickly, you're going to lose a lot of the bow. You don't have time to go bow, step, cock, punch. You also lose your power because you're taking it and cutting it in pieces. Anything you cut in pieces, you lose some of the whole. Some of the whole combines to make a smooth flowing motion towards your target. For instance, okay, very choppy. I lose power. Each piece is an individual piece. Each piece has its own beginning and ending power. Beginning, ending power. Beginning, ending power. Okay? Each recoil second, you smooth it, flow it, put it all together, it gains additional speed and momentum from the last pieces. Case in point. A lot quicker. Same effort, a lot quicker. Okay? Again, I'm losing some of the bow. Try to keep your wrist inside. When you hit with your hand, your full extension, is going to be, look down on your wrist, straight down, you're going to come up on these two knuckles right here. Extend, right in these two knuckles. This is wrong. Never hit with these two knuckles, you'll break your wrist. Never hit with your fist back, you'll break your fingers. Never hit like this, never hit like this, or like this. Okay, thumb tucked, below the ridge, wrist locked. If you don't know what you're doing, avoid using this punch. You'll break your wrist in a heartbeat. It takes a lot of practice to get the snap in here in the recoil. Recoil is most important. Anything you put out there, bring back twice as fast. That was 18 corkscrew punch. 19, front leg round kick. Front leg round kick. I'm going to show you the rear leg round kick first. Number 20. Rear leg round kick in steps. First I'll demonstrate. Rear leg round kick. Step number 1, directional step. Number 2, chamber. This chamber is unique. Your foot is sideways. Okay? This is a snap kick. This is a round kick. Your front hand guard. Straight up. Extend. For number 3, recoil for number 4. Step back down. Number 5. This foot, when I'm supporting my weight, is pointed away from my target. Heel, 2 toes away. 1. Pivot on this foot to number 2. Point your knee. Your whole body should line up with your target. Chamber is back. Coil it up. Leave it out here, you're not going to have a kick. Number 3, kick. Number 4, back down. Put together. Step, chamber, kick, recoil, down. Down in steps. 1, directional step. 2, chamber. Look at my body. Flat. This is wrong. This is wrong. Never turn your back away from your target to keep your balance. Always keep your head up. Pointed at your target. Your knees, your gun sights. Straight on your target. Forward, extend. 5 foot back down. Rear leg round kick. I have a habit, and it's a bad one, I'm trying to break myself of it. I stick my hand out when I do this kick. Some people say, well, if your foot's out there, they're not going to walk over your foot onto your hand, onto your face. I say, keep it up there if you can. Rear leg round kick. Again, foot position is vital in this one, depending on the kick you want to do. Toes back. Toes back for flat surfaces. Toes in for hard, penetrating surfaces. Rear leg round kick. Front leg round kick. Rear leg is offensive. You're gaining your hip distance. Okay? Front leg round kick. 1. Chamber. Pivot away. Point your target. Hands up. 2. Extend. 3. Recoil. 4. Back into your stance. Back down into your stance. Don't step back away from your target. Front leg round kick. Okay, defensive. Person's coming in at you. You have to stop them, or they're coming in from the side. Often, a kick to the face will stop them in their tracks. A kick to the stomach hard enough will stop them in their tracks. It's not going to stop them coming at you. It may stop them due to system function or failure. Front leg round kick. 1. Pivot. Chamber. Again, this chamber is straight down at your target. Your foot is either directly or 45 degrees towards your target, away from your target. Okay? Chambers recoil as far as possible. The more you have a recoil, the better kick you'll have. More spring. 2, extend. 3, back. 4, down. Again. Better balance than that though. Front leg round kick. Rear leg side kick. Rear leg side kick, number 21. Rear leg side kick is your most powerful standing and moving kick, meaning that the pivot into this kick is going to be your most powerful thrusting kick. Okay? Rear leg side kick, done correctly, can break ribs, can stop opponents dead in the tracks, break boards, break bricks. Endless. Very careful with this though. You can do a lot of damage. Okay? Ribs break easy. If you're practicing with friends, practice nice. Stop. You can control these kicks. You don't have to blast people every time you use it. Okay. Right to back horse stance. Number 1, directional step towards your opponent. Number 2, chamber, snap kick away from your opponent towards your inside. Okay? So if I'm right foot back, I'm going to chamber to my left foot back side. Hands up. Always keep your nose on your opponent. Number 3, foot you supported on extends and pivots away from the target. Remember the word pivot. Okay? At the same time, you're pushing out with your leg. Right? Back down to your stance. In steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? You're hitting with the bottom of your foot. The bottom of your foot, preferably your heel on the ridge. Again, body's flat towards target. Your shoulders are going to dip this way, but try not to let them dip too much because then you lose your power. Never turn your back. Lock your hips over. Okay? This is a snap kick. This is a side kick. Lock your hips over. 1, 2. This chamber is most important. If you don't have this chamber, you don't have a kick. You're going to have a sloppy looking leg raise that will get you nothing but hurt. That's it. Okay? Not even stop the guy because your leg isn't locked and your hips aren't in the right position. Chamber. Kick. Straight up. Bottom of your foot. Hands up. Rechamber. Most people forget this. This rechamber will save your life. Guy steps out again, comes back in again. Whoa, there's another side kick right there. You do that all day. Rechamber. Back down. Really excited. Front leg side kick. Defensive. Defensive. Rear leg was offensive. Front leg is defensive. You don't gain your hip distance. Front leg side kick. This is often a stopping kick. Opponent's running at you, you let them run into your leg, basically, is what you're doing. Okay? Front leg, side kick. Speed is important. You don't get that kick up there, you don't get that chamber up there, you're going to walk right through it. Front leg, side kick. Don't turn your back. Keep your eyes on your opponent. Front leg, side kick. Number 23, hammer fist. 23 is a hammer fist. This is a defensive rear hand strike. Bottom of your fist. Okay? hammer fist. One, pivot both feet towards the target. Directional step, your front foot, pivot your back foot, okay? One, directional step, at the same time, pivot. Bring your hand across in front of your face. Cock your rear hand up over your ear, okay? Number one, bring across. Number two, you're going to drop into the attack. Extending, okay? Not all the way to the ground. You want to get back up again quick. All right? Coming down to your knee. Number three, back to your stance. 1, 2, 3. Quick and powerful. Hammer fist. Front hand jab. Front hand jab. Offensive front hand strike to your opponent's face. Front hand jab. It's a front hand version of the corkscrew punch, back fist combined. You get the speed of the back fist, the technique of the corkscrew punch. Front hand jab. Real simple. Extend, back. Off the shoulder. Twisting out as you go. Through your opponent's nose. Back. In your stance. Okay? Stay. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay? Try not to lurch forward too much when you do this. Okay? You're off balance. All you have to do is grab your wrist and you go with your hand. Quick. Front hand jab. Okay, this is the self-defense segment of the belt. There are 6 techniques in the orange belt that cover self-defense moves from certain attacks. The first one, two-hand rear choke, is for a two-hand rear choke from behind. You're facing away from your opponent. Your opponent comes up and grabs you from behind. 2 hands, okay? You've got about 2 seconds to get out of this before they choke the life out of you. Usually they're going to take you and they're going to throw you down. First step, put your foot behind your leg. Raise your arm up. Pivot, spin, wrap. You got their arms tight. He can't pull his arms out. This keeps him from hitting you again with his arms. That's number 2. Number 3, step, in, cock up an inside elbow, across the face, grab your hand around the backside of his head like this. Number 4, knee to the groin, step down. At the same time you step down, inside elbow. Cover up. Done quickly, this hand, grab right here, is going to pull him down this way. Now I'm going to end up bringing my elbow over here instead of up here. Two-hand rear choke. Try from this side. Two-hand rear choke. Opponent at sides A is for a grab from both shoulders, both sides. He's going to demonstrate one side and then we do the other side. First technique, opponent sides A, grab from the side. You're going to pin his hand down. You're going to step towards him. Same time you step, you're going to cock up a chop to the throat. Opponent sides A, grabs you, right side, to the throat. B, or the other side, same thing, they both grab at the same time. After you're done, A, block the chop off, cock and cross over step, twist to the throat. So it's A, B, opponent side's A, side B. Done quickly. This is a fast technique. Again, you've got 2 seconds tops before they start dragging you out. That's opponent sides A and B. Opponent sides B is for in close. They grab you at the wrist and the shoulder. Side one, this side. They grab you at the wrist and the shoulder. First movement, cockpit chamber, step to the ridge of the foot. The ridge of the foot is right here. These bones will break like pencils. Any good pressure on your heel will break their foot. They won't be intent on hurting you anymore. Step. Number two, his hand loosened up because I just broke his foot. Palm heel strike to this guy's nose. Number three, to the groin. Number four, inside elbow to the face. Number five, cover out, keeping both people in the corner of your eyes. Done quickly. Opponent side B. And then this side. If you have to, cover out over. Preferably cover out behind, keeping your eye on both. If you cover out over, you turn your back to this guy. Never turn your back on your opponent. Headlock A, B, and C. It's for a side headlock to the side. Headlock A. Drop down, same leg, same arm, the knee, chop to the groin. Bring this chop up like this, right there. Headlock A. Headlock B. Reach up from behind. If there's no hair to grab, grab under the chin. I'll demonstrate both. B, grab the hair, stand up. Or under the chin. Thumb on the chin. Headlock B. Quickly. Make sure you take them over your side. Headlock C. Driving with an eagle beak. Make this eagle beak. Curl your fingers down. Leave this knuckle up. Pinch it right here between these two knuckles. Not a lot of pressure can be put on this knuckle, but it does cause a focus point for the power to go. Placing this at the back of the knee. Headlock C. Step, opposite leg in the hand. Drive, twisting, motion like this to the back of the leg. Opponent will usually go down. Headlock C. Hair grab. For a grab from behind on your hair. First, pin his hand down. Lace your fingers. Second, step to his outside. Catch your glass where he's standing. Step to his outside with your leg. Okay? If you switch hands, you're going to step with this leg. Switch hands. You're going to step with this leg. Always step to his back side. So you step. Step again, drop your head down, snap your head up, bring your leg up, on the back of his leg, holding the wrist. On this side, pin, step, pop it up, got his wrist. The back of the leg, keeping your foot there, controlling the wrist. And on this side, you don't have a lot of time on this, so don't take forever looking back which side the guy's on. Whatever side his thumb is on the inside out, that's the side that you want to go away from. If he grabs me with his right hand, his thumb is going to be on this side of me, on my left side. If he grabs me with his left, his thumb is going to be on his right. So always step away from the thumb. Grab me to the side. Always step away from the thumb. Hair grab. Bear hug is for a grab from behind. Usually their feet are together, usually their face is right behind your head. In this video, he's going to step, feet spread, head apart, so I don't break his nose and crush his feet. First, headbutt to the nose. Second, foot stomp. Third, right hand, elbow to the ribs. Fourth, fifth, sixth, C-step, behind, seventh, inside elbow. Back here. Grab, headbutt, stomp, elbow, step, step, hammer fist, C-step, elbow. Bear hug, done quickly. seventh move is pretty extra. You're not going to use it a lot of times after you just broke his foot. Bear hug. The last technique of the belt, falling, is used to show you how to fall. You're not obviously going to start on the ground and fall to your feet. It's going to be from a throw or from a push or if you slip. Okay? When you keep in mind when you fall, always land with the most surface area possible with the least amount of joint pressure on the ground. Okay? So if I was going to fall, I'm not going to put this hand down and catch myself. Okay, I'll explain falling here. When you fall, whenever you fall, you always fall on your side. Okay? Your bottom leg is flat. Your front arm is down, palm down, right out in front of you. Okay, your rear leg, and draw your foot behind your leg like a shock absorber. This hand is up. Your head is off the ground. You never fall on your head. Obviously, you'll kill yourself, break your neck, whatever. Tuck your chin to your chest. Chin to your chest, arm in. Just remember, out and down, up and in. So if on my up, the side that's up is in and in. The side that's down is out. Okay? So I was going to fall, for example, roll back, come down, land like this. Okay? Same for the other side. Roll back, slap, arm out in front of me. Chin up. Most important part is get your head off the ground. Shock absorber with this leg. Flat. Go back, slap. If you're coming straight down off the ground from the air, you're going to land like this. Not like this. You'll break your wrist, you break your elbow, you break your ribs, break your spine and your head, ankles, okay, on your side. That's falling. The last form, part of this belt, is the kata, blocking set 1. Whenever you do a kata, you always start in square horse stance and you always repeat the name of the kata. Blocking set 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. 10. Number 11. 12. 13. Number 14. The counting is just to help you go through the steps. I'll now do the kata without the counting. Blocking is set 1. That's the last of the orange belt.